Hello everyone. I'm just doing a update video of the classes and stuff that I have done. So this is post-university where I am a student. My name is right there and I have messages I should probably check. But first term I had to do digital skills and college success seminar. I passed both of those with A's. I am currently doing college writing and the introduction to human services. That is my main course because I'm getting my bachelor's in human services. My goal is to work with the LGBTQIA plus youth, and not as a counselor, but to be able to turn them towards programs that will help for like housing, medical, anything that comes up, education, anything that comes up and they don't have their parents or whatever that's supportive. Um, Homeless, runaways, anything like that, as long as they're part of the community. And of course, I would totally help others as well, but the community is my focus. And also to work somehow or another. I have not quite figured this part out yet, but to work with prisons and jail systems on being able to bring a bit of community to community members that are incarcerated. I know at my local place up here, because I do a lot of translating and stuff in the court system, so they all know me really well. Plus, I have a clean record, so therefore I can work in well, basically with any of this. But I can work in a jail or courthouse or anything like that. So they told me that they would actually start up like a video community thing where members of the community that are incarcerated for that week um, can do like video chats, and I would be able to discuss things with them like gender issues or you know how they're not accepted in the jail, or if they're being bullied. I can like help them talk to the jail counselors or whatever. And so I'm kind of working on that deal, but it will be a little bit later, probably next year when I'm further into my course and I can do like a work study. That way it would help with the college loans and stuff. So there's that. And like I said, these last two, college writing and introduction to human services, those are in the process. I'm only in week 3 of that. But the other ones was each 8-week classes and then like 2 weeks of orientation before that. Over here on Coursera, these are classes that I get financial aid. I sign up for a class and I hit the financial aid thing. I have to write out like an essay on why I want to take the course and how it will benefit either me personally or my career, or in my case, my career choice. And then they approve because each class is like about $50 or so. But thankfully, I get to do this part here for free. And Coursera is great, by the way. If anybody wants to take a Coursera course, like they are awesome. Um, as you can see, the Coursera, and once again, it is my name, so this is my stuff that is credited. These are, however, non-credited courses, but since most of these relate to what I'm doing in college, it assists me with keeping my grade average higher. It's kind of like an extra credit thing. Not technical, so I really don't know how that works, but I do know that the classes I take on Coursera assists with getting my certificates and stuff for the human services. These two, International Women's Health and Human Rights, I've just started that before my computer crashed, so I had to reset my deadlines on that one. But normally, it doesn't take me very long to finish these. Some of them are like 8, 10, 12-week classes, and I can finish them in about a week and a half, unless I end up doing extra long essays, which kind of happens quite a bit, but that's beside the point. This other one down here, Take Action from Protest to Policy, it is actually completed, and I have waited about 2 months now for them to grade the last 2 assignments that I have submitted, which, I admit it was pretty long essays and nobody really has the time to read them. But there's those 2 that I am currently working on. Over here on the completed section, I have already completed Community Organizing for Social Justice, and you can see I got, the certificate there. Then I have History of Racial Inequity in Healthcare. I have completed 1 of 3 because this is actually a specialization. There will be 3 courses. I'll get certificates for each course, and then I'll get 1 for completing them all. Confronting Gender-Based Violence, Global Lessons for Healthcare Workers. I did that one because of my home health that I always do. And as you can see, I got the certificate for that. So we'll go to the next page. This is going to be kind of long, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is, right? Then I did Introduction to Psychology. There's a few more classes that I've seen kind of related to that I will be doing, but I'm not in a hurry to do those since I'm not actually going into counseling. Then Love as a Force of Justice and Social Work Practice, Advocating Social Justice and Change. You can see I got the certificate for all 3 of those. And the next page, Anti-Racism Specialization. I completed 3 courses out of 3. I got all 3 certificates, plus the certificate saying I completed all 3. Then Defining Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion in Organizations. That's a specialization. I've so far done 1 out of 4. I will do the other 3. How to Change the World. That one is actually really interesting. View certificate there, so it shows that it was completed. And next page, Understanding Violence. Got the certificate. Uncommon Sense Teaching. I did this one because my kids are really stubborn, and since they are homeschooling, and I'm, always on them about, my son, my daughter does hers, but I'm always on my son about doing his homework. So the Uncommon Sense Teaching was basically teaching ways to make learning fun, kind of think out of the box. Then I've got Transgender Medicine for General Medical Providers. Once again, that was to help me with my home health. I got the certificate. Next page. Become a Journalist, Report the News Specialization. I completed 5 courses in journalism. So, yeah, I guess that's going to be my fallback thing if I ever need it. Then Art of MOOC, Activism and Social Movements. That was basically activism with art. And since I do a lot of the acrylic on canvas and stuff like that, it was actually just more of a fun course for me to take to kind of get away from the boredom and stuff. But it was very interesting. You can do a lot with art. And then Queering the Schoolhouse, LGBTQ plus inclusion for educators. I got the certificate for that too. Then, oh, that ding was sunny, by the way, just so you know. The next one, what does it mean to identify as transgender or gender nonconforming? Then philosophy, science, and religion. I did the science and philosophy part of that. And magic in the Middle Ages. That one I just did basically because of the herbs and stuff that was used for healing. Once again, to help with the home health and the elderly when they can't afford like medicines and some of them that just don't want actual pharmaceuticals. They wanted herbs and stuff, so I took that class on behalf of them. Queering identities, LGBTQ plus sexuality and gender identity. Gender and sexuality, diversity and inclusion in the workplace, feminism and social justice. And I got the certificate for all three of those. And that wraps it up. Oh, wait, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, is that the end of it? Okay, yeah, apparently that's the end of it. And then my Trevor project, apparently I got locked out when I tried to log in on this computer. So I have to have my supervisor unlock it and send me my password. But there's that as well. And I'm also trying to get on as a counselor for the Veterans Affairs. Any of them that are part of the community that come out like after they did their time in the military, of any type of the military, when they have came out as gay, lesbian, bi, trans, whatever. I'm trying to get on to be not a counselor, but like a support counselor. Somebody that assists their counselors to talk to them specifically about the community needs and what we have to offer as a community to support the veterans that served our country for us. So that is taking a bit more time than I expected for it to start coming through, but it's a process. Like, their background check takes a lot longer than all the rest of them. But I mean, like I said, I have a clear record. I work for the state. I translate in courts and everything else. So no worries there. Just a process. Anyway, I know this video is probably another one that's really boring and long. And if you've made it to this point, thank you for listening. But I just wanted to show everybody what I am actually doing and the reasons that I'm doing it. Because I'm really not doing this for me. Like, everything I do, including the YouTube videos, I do for other people. And that's just something that makes me happy. And nobody can take that away from me, no matter what. So, thank you guys for sticking around, for being there for me, for supporting me, for helping me see things, bigger, brighter picture. Together, we can accomplish many, many things. But I gotta get back to my schoolwork, so have a good day.